Never let anybody see you sweat.
So I was born in New York City, and I lived there until I was 8 years old. I realized that I was a much better talker than I was a listener. I don't know what to say, I just don't like what you're saying.
Sorry, Your Honor.
I ended up going to law school at Georgetown, and I was a prosecutor for Janet Reno. I loved it because it was so raw. Were you cheating on her?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
All rise.
Our show will be a mixture of education, I think you're misreading the law a little bit, and entertainment. My main goal is justice and the law. That's been my legacy, and the legacy I hope to continue into the future with the show.
Natalie Jones claims she spent 11 hours trapped on her ex-boyfriend's balcony after he failed to meet her as agreed. Kendrick Peterson says Ms. Jones knew the sliding door was defective, so she's at fault.
Okay, Ms. Jones, you're suing your ex-boyfriend, Mr. Peterson, for $615 in lost wages and therapy because you got locked out on his balcony.
Yes,
Talk to
Your
me,
Honor.
what happened?
So the defendant, my ex-boyfriend, and I have been together for 3 years,
Okay.
on and off. We've broken up 3 times during the course of that 3 years. The first time, he broke up with me because he was seeing his ex, one of my exes.
Are you telling me about your first breakup?
First breakup,
Yeah,
yes.
no, let's get to the third one.
Get to the third
All right,
one.
so let's get to the one that brings us here today.
Absolutely,
Go ahead.
Your Honor.
But I do want to know one thing. When you would break up, how long were you broken up?
We would break up for about a week. It was
Okay.
about a week the first time. The second time was about 2 weeks.
Okay. So what was the cause of the breakup this last time?
So this last breakup was because we were hanging out at his apartment. I wanted to have a conversation about our future because we'd been together now, aside from, like I said, these 2 bumps in the relationship for 3 years. I wanted to talk about, the possibility of moving in together. I had a key to his apartment at this point. We had talked in sort of vague terms about, getting married and children and that sort of thing, but we hadn't had a real sit-down conversation. And when I tried to talk to him about it, I was taken very off guard because he kind of gave me a lot of what-ifs. He said he wasn't sure about children in this economy. Anyway, it essentially boiled down to he was not interested in moving this relationship forward, which I really, really did not expect.
Okay. And so did you break up?
Yes, so this time we both broke up with each other. We had an argument, and then I left to collect myself, I went back to my apartment, and I left him to have some space as well.
Did you make a plan to go back to the apartment to pick up your belongings?
Yes, yes, Your Honor. He texted me later in the day, and he asked me to come by the next day at 6 p.m. to pick up my things and have hopefully a more mature conversation about what had happened.
Okay.
I agreed to this. I came to his apartment at 6 p.m. the next day with a box of his things as well, and I wanted to make sure he was there so we could go through the
And
things
when
that
you
I had
got
to
there,
do.
was he there?
He was not there, Your Honor.
Did you let yourself in with your key?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
All right, and then you're calling his name out. He's not there. So what do you do?
So at this point, I wasn't sure exactly what had happened. I assumed he was just running late. My phone was low battery, so I charged it in the living room. And at that point, he has this little balcony. I went out onto the balcony to have a cigarette, but I closed the door because I didn't want to get any smoke in his apartment.
Oh, this would be the perfect time to get smoke in his apartment. But go ahead.
Maybe. But no, I decided to close the door. I wanted to be respectful. He has a rule about not wanting smoke or anything like that in his apartment, so I wanted to respect that. And the door locked behind me.
Okay. Is this an issue that had come up before?
Yes.
How many times had this issue come up where the sliding glass door would lock automatically and lock someone out on the balcony?
It had happened before. About 5 months previous, it had happened a couple of times. I had to get him off the balcony, but he had told me recently that he had gotten the door fixed, that the landlord had come by and fixed it.
Okay. So you're locked out,
Yes.
and why don't you call him?
I didn't have my phone.
So you close the door to, oh, is there just no end to the damage a cigarette does? So you close the door so you could
Your
smoke
Honor.
your cigarette, and it locked, and you didn't have your phone. What floor are you on?
The 5th floor.
So you went out there. He had told you it had been fixed.
He had told me that the door had been fixed.
Well, that the landlord said he'd fix the door.
Yes.
Right. And then are you hollering down to people? Is anybody passing by?
Yes, I was. Unfortunately, there was a block party going on at the same time. So no
So it
one
was
could
loud?
hear me. Yes, there was
Okay.
a lot of noise.
How long were you out there?
I was out there for 11 hours.
Oh, no. But at least you had your cigarettes.
I did. I only had 2.
You only had 2?
Yeah.
Good. That serves you right. So now, in the 11th hour, literally, what happens?
He came home at, I believe, 3 a.m.
Oh, my gosh.
He had been drinking, and he had another woman with him.
Oy.
Yes.
Wow, moss doesn't grow on you, does it? All right.
Coming up on Justice for the People.
Did you not remember that you told her to come over at 6 o'clock?
Yes, I did, Your Honor. I had texted her at about 6:25 asking if we could meet up another time.
Yeah, but you didn't get an answer.
And later,
I had let her know that it's a non-refundable policy.
Okay. So she comes to your house and she does the first session, and then does she tell you, I'm not coming back?
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Emmy-nominated Justice for the People with Judge Milian. We're back with the case of Natalie Jones, who blames Kendrick Peterson for stranding her on his balcony.
Mr. Peterson, let's hear from you.
Yes, Your Honor. As she had said, I was just coming back at 3 a.m. with one of my coworkers who I had met at the bar that night. It had been a while since I'd seen her, so we were having fun. So we had come back at about 3 a.m., come into the apartment, everything's normal, set her on the couch, and then I see a shadow out on my balcony. And
Did you not remember that you told her to come over at 6 o'clock?
Yes, I did, Your Honor. I had texted her at about 6:25 asking if we could meet up another time.
Yeah, but you didn't get an answer. But it didn't occur to you to maybe, well, if we didn't agree to cancel, maybe I should be there. Why couldn't you just be there and get it over with?
As I said, Your Honor, I needed to clear my head. There was, a big conversation about our future, and I wasn't totally sure what I wanted to do. So I had a friend of mine, coworker, wanted to show me what the single life looked like and just kind of clear my head and give me some perspective.
Oh, what's that guy's name?
Mitchell.
Mitchell's single, I take it.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. All right. And Mitchell wants a playmate. So Mitchell shows you how much fun single life is. And so you're not ready and you whatever. And maybe she's just not the one. Maybe you would be ready with someone else. Who knows? I mean, this is how life is, So when do you realize that it's Natalie?
Living on the 5th floor in Atlanta, Georgia, it could be anyone from a Cape Crusader to someone trying to break in. So naturally, I go to check it out. And
How long did it take you? How drunk were you that you did not realize, oh my God, that's Natalie?
Not long. I pretty much promptly went out there to check it out. So I, of course, see it's Natalie, open the door promptly, and then it escalates from there.
What was Natalie's reaction?
She wasn't happy, to say the least.
Wow. And can I ask you a question, Ms. Jones? If there's been all these problems with the door, why don't you close it mostly when you went out there to smoke your cigarette?
Well, he's very particular about...
I don't care what he's particular. He doesn't want to marry you. And you want to move on and you want to move forward, and he's not interested. He just wasted 3 years of your life.
To be honest, Your Honor, I was not even thinking about it. I went out there and I just, shut the door because I know he has a pretty strict policy about not
Question,
smoking
did your
in his
landlord
apartment.
supposedly fix a sliding glass door?
Yes, Your Honor.
How long earlier?
It was a week prior. I'd met
Yeah,
the
I wouldn't even trust that because not against your landlord, just people sometimes repair something and then it breaks a week later. So I just wouldn't even have trusted that. I certainly wouldn't go out there without a cell phone if I just wouldn't close it. That's really what I would do. I would close it almost, but this is like your last time there. And that was a doozy, 11 hours.
Yes.
Yeah. You've come to court because you feel that he should have to pay you $615. Why?
Yes, Your Honor. 2 reasons. I missed a shift at work, so I am a full-time nanny. During the day, I nanny for a family with 2 children, but on the weekends, I occasionally do work for a single mother who works as a nurse. I watch her 8-year-old daughter. Those are sort of sporadic. I had been contacted by her earlier in the day. She offered to pay me $315 to
And what's the other $300?
with her daughter. The other $300 are for therapy sessions, which this event activated an existing issue that I had. I have post-traumatic stress disorder. I've had it since I was a kid. There was an incident where I was abandoned on the side of the road.
By?
By my mother.
On purpose or by accident?
On purpose.
How old are you?
I was 6. I was with my sister. She was 4. We were found over 24 hours later, and after that we were placed to live with my aunt and uncle.
I'm so sorry, my
I lived
dear.
with, thank you, Your Honor. Ever since then, I've had some issues with post-traumatic stress disorder. I've had it under control for many years at this point, but due to this event reigniting some of those same emotions, I didn't know when he was going to be back.
But okay.
I had to say,
So here's the thing. You guys are broken up. He's not where he's supposed to be at the allotted time. One of the things you could have done is said, wow, how rude is this, and left. You used your key to let yourself in, even though you guys have broken up. You know the door has a problem, and yet you shut the door and you go out there without any means of contacting anybody. It's true, the landlord fixed it, except things break again sometimes, which that's just common knowledge. He didn't lie to you about the landlord fixing it or anything like that. What he is guilty of is being rude to someone who shared 3 years of his life. I cannot believe he went out to taste single life so he could decide if he was good. He's either going to stay with you or he's not. He has the maturity of a squid. But how is he responsible for having to pay you $615? He didn't do anything to you. You did something to you. You let yourself in with the key in a broken up relationship. You decided to go outside and smoke a cigarette. You left your phone with no means of contacting anybody, and then you closed shut a sliding glass door that you know has had numerous issues in the past. What did he do to you? It sounds to me like it was something you did to yourself, and I am not going to order him to pay you that money. I wish you lots of luck, and that's my verdict.
All rise.
Judge Milian has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim is dismissed.
I'm sorry that things had to end this way, but I at least want to, cover half of your expenses. I know money's tight right now, so whatever I can help with.
I appreciate that, and I also wish this had ended differently.
Me too.
Coming up,
Not common at all. It was more like turmoil inside than peaceful inside. I can
Did
tell
you ask for your $110 back?
you're watching Emmy-nominated Justice for the People with Judge Milian. Earth Jennings claims a new client signed up for a yoga package, but refused to pay after the first session. Sasha Silva says distractions at the plaintiff's home studio kept her from finding her inner peace.
Earth Jennings, you are suing Sasha Silva for $330. You say she owes you for the balance of a yoga meditation program.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, talk to me. How did you two meet?
So I had met Sasha at a dinner party. Sasha had just started talking, and she had brought it up that she's been going through kind of like a rough patch, like mentally. She told me she tried some other forms of therapy. Nothing was really working for her.
Okay.
She then asked me about my sessions. I told her my sessions are a very intense kind of form of meditation and yoga. My sessions come in a package of 4.
And you do your sessions where?
In my home, in
Okay.
the back area of my house.
Okay, go on.
I told her the sessions were $110 each session. It would be a very intense kind of meditation yoga to like open your mind and kind of free your soul. It's very just enriching. And I let her know that it's a non-refundable policy.
Okay. So she comes to your house and she does the first session, and then does she tell you, I'm not coming back?
I was surprised at first because when we had met, we kind of just clicked. Everything just went perfectly. She seemed excited to do it. She even signed a contract.
Does the contract say that she'll do 4 classes?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can I see the contract?
Yes, Your Honor.
And then what does she tell you after the class?
Thank you.
Because you don't take the 440 up front, right?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
She had just said after the yoga session, she had told me my son was coming in the room and the dog was barking, and it was just too much for her.
Okay.
Coming up,
I could not find my inner peace. I felt like more turmoil than the peace than anything else.
I don't know if you're going to find it for $110 or 440 or whatever. Inner peace is a very difficult thing to find.
you're watching Emmy-nominated Justice for the People with Judge Milian. We're back with a dispute between Earth Jennings and yoga client Sasha Silva over unpaid sessions.
So you tell me, why is it that you wouldn't go back?
Well, he didn't deliver what he promised to me, which would be like a class where I could find myself, like my inner peace, my calm. I could meditate and learn a few yoga poses because it was my first class. And I could not do that. I could not find my inner peace. I felt like more turmoil than peace than anything else.
I don't know if you're going to find it for $110 or $440 or whatever. Inner peace is a very difficult thing to find.
I know, but I was
all right, so
fine.
you get there, and
Yes.
then he has a room in the back that he actually has a name for, the calming.
The calming room, which is not calming at all. I can tell that for sure.
Okay, what is not calming about the room?
Well, we start like 20 minutes in of the class. His kid got inside the classroom, which is a room in the back of his house, and he said, you do it, and he tried to calm him down and just didn't make any change. He was still there running around. And
Okay.
then he left.
Okay.
And then I noticed the dog was making noise because there
You
was
have
also
a dog, too.
inside
All
the
right,
room.
what kind of dog do you have?
French bulldog.
French bulldog, yeah.
Okay, and the dog came in and did what?
No, the dog was already there, but I haven't noticed him until the kid got in and the dog started whining because he wants to play with the kid. So it was kid noises and dog noises, and I kept asking
It was
him.
not calming.
Not calming at all, man. Not calming at all. It was more like turmoil inside than peaceful inside. I can
Did
tell
you
that.
ask for your $110 back?
By the end of my class, I did. I said, I want my money back, and I don't think I'm going to come back here because you not deliver what you said you would.
Okay.
And he said it's not refundable, like I told you when you signed the contract. I said,
Okay, now you're not counterclaiming for that 110. You just don't want to have to pay the 330
That's
for the
correct.
rest of the classes.
That's correct.
This is what sets my yoga meditation apart from all these others.
I'll say a dog and a kid.
If I want to pay for that, I'll pay.
Go ahead.
It opens your eyes.
What opens your eyes? The dog and the kid?
Judge Milian's verdict when Justice for the People returns. You're watching Emmy-nominated Justice for the People with Judge Milian.
You think that from Jump Street, they ought to be able to meditate. Has this guy got $110 every class?
I don't know.
But seriously, like, didn't that smack you as super expensive?
Yes, he did. But I thought I saw something new.
Have you had a therapy?
Being therapy, yes. I've tried everything.
And
was
that
my
doesn't work?
No, I did not.
I am not going to force her to pay for the rest of the classes. I have to tell you that I don't think that's particularly calming. Even if it doesn't matter whether I was a first time I was attempting meditation or yoga, or it was the millionth time I was attempting meditation or yoga, I do not want to pay $110 for a class where your 4-year-old, God bless your 4-year-old, is running around and nobody to supervise him but the teacher who's supposed to be teaching me, and the dog is whining. Yes, I know she knows it was in your house. That's not advertising that it'll be chaos. Okay? Verdict for the defendant.
All rise.
Judge Milian has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim is dismissed.
Any last remarks for each other?
Yeah, so you got to get your stuff together. You got to get together.
I hold no resentment. At the end of the day, I stand on business.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.